Okay, hey, have you reviewed your program manuals and have you set your goals? Before we jump into macros, let's make sure you've got everything you need. Okay, step one, make sure you've gone through all your program materials. If not, take a few minutes, check out the on-demand section. This is where you're gonna find your success manual, which is your roadmap to getting the best results. Okay, you'll find your how-to guide there, which breaks the macro tracking step by step. And then your prep and meal ideas. This is super helpful for planning meals and helping you stay on track. Okay, I also give some of my own little what Christine does ideas in there. Okay, these materials are designed to make everything easier. So if you haven't checked them out, now is the perfect time. If you're feeling lost, shoot me a message and I'll point you in the right direction. I want to make sure that we have a good relationship here. That's what I'm here for. So no question too small, right? So step two, have you filled out your goals form? Setting your goals will help you align your approach to your nutrition with your overall vision. What is it you want to accomplish? We all have different goals. Maybe it's fat loss, maybe it's building strength, maybe it's improving your energy levels with your weekly goal setting form is there to break these down, to help you break these down into manageable action items, which is so important, right? This is where we get those tiny habits coming from. Okay, so now let's kind of segue and we're going to dive into talking a little bit about TDEE. I'm going to stumble over that a lot. It's your total daily energy expenditure. Your TDEE is the number of calories your body burns in a day. And it's your starting point, right? Some of us are familiar with BMR, so that's your just sitting around. TDEE is everything you do, okay? If you haven't already, here's again, go over to the calculator and plug in your details. When you get there, I want you to experiment, play around with different activity levels and goals, and see what happens when you change them, right? The next thing I want you to focus on though is being honest about your activity level. For example, I'm a moderate exerciser. I train 6 days a week on weights, but my job is somewhat sedentary. I know that sounds strange for a personal trainer, but it is. I don't do a lot of moving around. And I do very little cardio training, so only one time a week, and that's for my heart. All right? So here's a pro tip. Make sure your TDEE aligns with your goals you've just set. If your goal is fat loss, your intake should be slightly lower. If it's muscle gain, you're going to be slightly higher. Okay? Now, I also want you to check out Oh Boy, Help Me Understand. You'll find this in your on-demand resources in a little section called Extra Extra. This gives you some scenarios where your TDEE may not be the best calculation, okay? And if that's the circumstances, I'm going to calculate them for you, okay? Once you have your macros and your TDEE, I want you to send it over to me so I can take a look at where you're headed and what you're doing and make sure that you're going in the right direction. And then also we'll figure out if you're in one of those special scenarios, okay? Um, yeah, so this should be, I want to make this fun and stress-free. So think of it kind of as a game. I'm going to play around. I'm going to figure out what I need, how I'm going to get there, and that kind of stuff. So, right, let's gamify it a little bit. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. You'll get one of these videos probably most days, all right? So always make sure you're checking them out.